Welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. As I told you guys, we were going to be bringing you grassroots activists, people who are making a difference on the ground. On MSNBC and all these other stations, you see the same people all of the times. On Politics Done Right, you will see some of those politicians throughout as we come to you as well. But you are also going to see the people who are on the ground, working with people, really making a difference in everybody's lives. Today, again, I am with Zakiyyah Ali with Urban Islanders. Zakiyyah, welcome aboard Politics Done Right.
Well, thank you, my brother. I appreciate your time and generosity.
This is my duty. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk. What exactly is Urban Islanders?
Urban Islanders is an environmental education research exchange program with podcasts. So, we know urban education and environmental education talks about the environment, people, places, and things, and travel.
Right.
But to this exchange, we want to add research
Uh-huh.
because African Americans don't go out into the outdoors, don't hike, can't boat, statistically as our counterparts do.
Right.
And so I had the occasion to go to Maine, which I loved and didn't know Maine had thousands of islands.
Right.
A well-kept secret in Maine. One of those islands is called Hurricane Island, which is a research island.
Uh-huh.
To that end, we propose taking African Americans, Latinos, and people of color to Hurricane Island to explore the research of marine biology, solar, air, wind, birds, etc. And then bring some of those people, because Maine has a large population of immigrant and refugees. And so they don't get a chance to experience us
Right.
because we aren't there in Maine.
Right.
So the idea stemmed from bringing them here to Philadelphia, engaging in our urban environment, working on our research projects, because we have a project with Haverford College. I'm a part of that
Right.
institute. And so that spawned an idea that now has grown, where now we've been to Iowa, now we're talking about Florida, now we're talking about this kind of an international networking, because people need to travel and know each other. And just like this exchange here today of people coming from different places dealing in community building, organizing, it's the same thing with Urban Islanders.
I love what you just said, because going to Maine, a place that is very majority white, and you're saying, I want to bring inner city Philadelphia, let you guys see what it's all about, and bring some of you guys to.
Absolutely.
And what that does is it starts to create a trust among people that should be there, that isn't there because of, well, we know several reasons why that isn't occurring.
Absolutely. And
So I think that's a pretty darn good idea.
Well, brother, we appreciate that, and the idea has spawned, and again, the podcast that I have, Urban Islanders podcast, was a way to advertise, promote, and bring light to the subject, because with that I've been able to go different places, meet people, and we all are seeking the same kind of thing.
Right.
Information and inclusion, diversity.
I think that's so important what you just said. We're all seeking what?
Yeah.
The same thing.
The same thing, brother. The same thing. We just have different ways of approaching it.
Right.
And some of our counterparts don't know that they want the same things as us.
Right.
But this conference here today kind of proves, and as you listen to the audience and the people talk, they need the same thing.
Right.
As we do. But they're just not as open. I think the whole idea of white privilege and them thinking something different has made them kind of shell-shocked in some ways.
Well, I tell you something as well as Zakiyyah. One of the things I think is that a lot of this stuff is orchestrated, right?
Yes.
If we keep people divided, if we keep people at each other's throat, we don't know we don't see who the people that are really abusing us are.
Yes, right.
And the people that are really abusing us, and some people are going to take this the wrong way, but they're colorless. The billionaire in China, the billionaire in Jamaica, the billionaire in Canada, the billionaire in the United States, they have one color.
Green.
And when we realize it and realize that we all are in this stuff together, I have a phrase I use on my program all the time. We are going to unite the ghettos, the barrios,
Yes,
and
sir.
Appalachia.
Yes.
And that stereotypical statement means we are going to bring people together. And when we bring all these people together,
That's
they
right.
won't be able to put us apart so that we can look at that which really isn't the problem. We can look at where the problem is, the plutocracy.
So to add on and piggyback to that point, I'm currently working with a new organization, well, not new organization in terms of creation, but new to
Right.
me, called Vets in the Hood.
Say it again?
Veterans
Right.
in the Hood.
Vets in the Hood.
Yes, sir. And so now when you think about it, Vets in the Hood is not just talking about African American veterans.
Absolutely not.
We're talking about vets that live in the hood.
Right.
Korean, Japanese, Native American, indigenous people, African American, Filipino, all nationalities have served in this American construct. But where have all our veterans ended up? All of our veterans do not end up in a good place.
Right.
And so the ones that are in the hood are here because they love the community and it's a hood to them in terms of their neighborhood.
Right.
But some of them are suffering and struggling. And so part of our energy now is to give that blanket of agriculture and environmental to this veteran group and first responders because they've been traumatized.
Right.
And now this is going to be part of their healing modality.
Right.
To take them back. So we're hoping to pair and mentor some of the veterans with the youth because the youth need that stability and sturdiness of what a veteran can give.
Right.
You know, but they also need, the youth can also give the veterans something that they need in terms of a need to be again and to show them. And so it's a lot of good things happening with Urban
Now, how
Islanders.
can we reach you guys? I know you have your podcast. How do people get to your
Oh,
podcast?
yes, sir. Well, if you just Google in Urban Islanders, you'll see Urban Islanders with Zakiyyah Ali, and we're Spotify and all the social
different-
media.
all the iTunes
yes,
social media.
We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, all at Urban Islanders.
Urban Islanders. Zakiyyah Ali, it was my pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so kindly for the work that you're doing. Please keep up that good work because I tell you what, we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir, my brother, and I say the same thing to you, and thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely. You have a great one, all
You
right?
too.